You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Damar Hamlin's triumphant return to the Buffalo Bills Stadium and their most recent game against the Bengals in the playoffs, where ultimately the Bengals won and advanced in the playoffs, sending the Buffalo Bills home. Now, this was a thing that was very inspirational. The crowd went crazy. People on television, they went crazy. People on social media, they're buzzing about it. But there's just one question or a few questions. What's going on with the actual video that was released by the live TV cameras? This is suspicious at best. Now, I'm no tinfoil hat wearer. I'm no big time conspiracy theorist. I don't think everything is fake, but this looks suspicious. Now, before I get to the video, let's back up a little bit to explain what's going on. Now, Damar Hamlin collapsed on the field after a hit earlier this month during Monday Night Football, and they were playing the Bengals back then. Now, he almost died on the field, but he was revived by the medical staff that was right there in the stadium. He gets sent to the hospital. They bring him back. He's on oxygen. He's recovering. But there was a lot that went into that. Some said that something else caused that collapse rather than the hit on the field. Some say it was only the hit on the field. But as of right now, there is no core and concluded reason why his cardiac arrest, because that's what happened. Now, let's get into the actual video that's very suspicious. This is going to be Damar Hamlin being driven into the stadium, and then you're going to see him in the press box.
Looks like Damar Hamlin is in the building. Yes, if they show him in the stadium in any capacity, it will blow the doors off of this place. Damar Hamlin just showed up, and it looks like.
Now, what's up with that? Why just shuttle him like, okay, he pulls right up to the door, and he can't wave, he can't say hello. He's got to go straight, make a beeline that way. What's going on?
Off of this place. Damar Hamlin just showed up, and it looks like his mom and his little brother is there. Oh, we love to see it. Stay tuned.
Okay, so he got his family there. They're there. So they look like they're pretty happy, you know.
It's the Bengals, Bills, coming up on CBS. Good job.
There's another video where he's coming out of this door right here, and a bunch of security and other people are like blocking the path for some reason. Let's keep on going. Now, the person in the red right there is supposed to be Damar Hamlin. That's what they say. Why did that happen? That was also suspicious. Now, let's go back a little bit and look at this gait, the way he's walking. And now, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. So all I could do is just ask questions, and hopefully you guys that are more informed and educated than myself can give me a proper answer, or any answer at all. I'll take it. If you had a heart attack recently and you're on oxygen and you almost died, is that kind of walk right there congruent with that? I mean, it just seems very strange. Also, if you're an NFL football player, I know he's not, you know, one of the power guys on the line or anything like that, one of the big heavies, but it looks kind of light physically. Who is that? Is that him? I'm not saying it's not him. I'm not saying they got a body double. I'm not saying he died on the field and they got some guy out there to replace him. I'm just asking what's going on with this video. It looks very suspicious. If I was a tinfoil hat wearer or a conspiracy theorist or a skeptic or anything like that, I would be like, this doesn't look right. It's probably not him. But again, I don't think that, YouTube censor, so don't flag me.
Hamlin returned to the facility this week. Sean McDermott telling us it was so good to have him around. He told us it's baby steps right now.
So this shadowy figure in the press box, that's supposed to be Damar Hamlin as well.
It's all completely up to Hamlin, how involved he wants to be every day. A spokesperson close to the family said despite being out of the hospital, he still has a lengthy recovery. He requires oxygen, and he has his heart rate monitored regularly, but he is upbeat, he's positive. And
if he's on oxygen, where's the tank at? And if he's on oxygen, why would he wear a mask over the oxygen? Because I've seen people on oxygen before. You know, my granny had oxygen back in the day, and she had a tank. It wasn't a big tank, but it was a tank. Matter of fact, I think my grandfather on my mom's side, he had a tank, one of them big green crazy tanks. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody that's on oxygen and get your meat all your paw back in the day. He had one of them big green tanks. But Granny had one of those smaller tanks you could kind of like carry around a little bit or wheel it around. It's probably about that big, maybe about 1.5 feet, 2 foot high, something like that. Maybe not even a foot wide. But I think it required power. And you had a actual physical tube you could see coming from the machine to your nose. So where's that at?
And I was told he has a big smile on his face.
Damar stood up, right?
Yeah, he did. This is it right here.
What a scene. Oh.
So let's go back here. Okay. So I don't see, maybe he has some kind of tank that is not visible to the naked eye. You see his nose right here. I don't see any oxygen in his nose. And if he requires oxygen, it's constantly. It's not like you just take it off. You could take it off for a moment, but I don't think it's going to be doing all this jazz right here, standing up, clapping with no oxygen on. When you just die on the field, essentially, and were brought back to life. Where's the tank at? Where's the tube at?
Stood up, right?
And why are they not showing his face? And why is nobody in the press box with him? I don't get it.
This is it right here.
What a scene.
Now, some are going to say, oh, he's throwing up the Illuminati sign and also like the sixes, you know, but one thing about Damar Hamlin, to defend this, he does that a lot, okay? The heart emoji, he does that a lot. He was doing that before he actually had the incident, whatever happened on the field. And then his number is number 3, the number on his jersey. So that could explain that. If that's him or if that's not him or whatever it is, that can be explained.
That's his sign.
So they're in the press box, but they're not getting the angle on his face. And when you see him outside the press, when you see this outside angle, he has a totally blocked face.
What a beautiful, triumphant story that galvanized this entire nation.
So that's that. I have so many questions. Why aren't you showing his face? Like, I don't really get it. Does he look very bad because of the accident? Now, I remember there was a picture that was released. If I can find it, I'll place it on the screen or maybe even in the box. There was a picture released of Damar Hamlin in the hospital, and they showed his face. I mean, he had a mask on, but they showed his face still. Like, you could see his eyes and his nose and whatnot. So if they showed his face in the hospital some days ago, why would they not show it here? Why would they have no camera angle in front of him, only on the side, and then outside of the booth of the press box, and it's snowy and it's dark? And what's up with the hurried entry and exit from point A to point B when she's talking about outside of the locker room or wherever he was? It's just weird. I want my questions answered. That's all. I'm not saying it's not him, but it's fishy. If I was the person that was like, Damar Hamlin has died, and that's people out there that say that because there's death records, and they say Damar Hamlin died, and the parents are listed with the same names of the parents that he has. What are the odds of a guy being named Damar Hamlin? That's not a very common name, first and last name, and then in a death record, the same people who are your parents show up. Like the same names of his actual parents show up. Like, what's going on? As I close, I'm going to say this. If Damar Hamlin's on the mend and he's doing much better, then that's, hey, hats off to him. Bravo. I want to I want to see him make a full recovery. However, this whole thing with the NFL, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what that was, but at best, it was poorly done. If you're going to bring him out there and have him rally the troops, but you don't show his face, you may as well have just not brought him out, because all you're going to do is just cause confusion. What was the point of doing that? To say, oh, he's okay, he didn't die? It's just unnecessary. You could have just stayed in the hospital, stayed recovering, not come to the game if you're going to do all that. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here with Damar Hamlin in the NFL and the Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals? Is it suspicious or is it just me? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below, and you guys know where I'm at. This is very suspicious. I'm not going to say one way or the other what's going on, because I don't know. And I can't tell. And that's a problem. I should be able to see what's going on. If a person had an injury and they come back, do like everybody else. Wave to the camera, show your face, maybe even do an interview, say a couple words. They got them so shadowy and so mysterious and so just like unnecessarily guarded. It's making you ask questions like, what's really happening? Are we seeing the truth in front of us, or is it some kind of elaborate ruse to make us think one thing that may not be the case? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.